So earlier in the season, we talked about all those new gardeners that are out planting their tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers. All those 16 million new gardeners last year and even more this year. We're humming along mid-season now. Those tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers and everything else should be growing along just fine. But there are problems that can creep up. Diseases, insects, other pests, and even understanding how to fertilize and when to harvest. All of those things that are things that you should think about. And they might not be firsthand knowledge to those brand new gardeners. So today we're going to talk briefly about what to look for when you're looking for diseases and pests, and then a little bit about how to take care of them or figure out what's going on so you know what to do. For example, we're looking at these beautiful healthy tomatoes right beside me here. Lush, green, not a lot of problems. What we're doing here is managing diseases. There's a few spots here that I see, and one of the best things you can do as a new gardener is to come out and look at your garden on a daily or at least a few times a week basis and look for things like spots. So I see a spot right here on this leaf, and it's just as simple as pulling it off right there, and I've taken care of the problem. But we're keeping these plants nice and healthy just by monitoring and taking care of those kinds of things. Now we have some tomatoes that might not be quite as lucky. We can see some more damage going on here, and we want to figure out exactly what's going on. So we notice that the damage is on the bottom part of the plant here. So that could either be a disease that's splashed up from the soil, and a mulch will help reduce that. But we want to look, do we see spots on the leaves? So we see some crisping, some dry, some spots here, and that's usually indicative of a disease. It could be fungal or bacterial, we don't know quite yet. If we don't see spots, if we're just seeing yellowing on the leaves, on the bottom leaves, that could actually be indicative of something like a nutrient deficiency, usually nitrogen. And so we want to look for those spots just to be sure. Now we can take a look at these spots. Are they big blotches? Are they little tiny spots? And we can actually take pictures and we can identify them. We can drop them off a sample at our extension office or send pictures to our extension office. Or you can use our diagnostic network to be able to figure out what exactly is going on with your plants. And you want to do that before you treat. You want to know what exactly is going on, or you want to know what to treat it with, because you could treat it with the wrong thing and actually end up damaging your plant or not being able to use it. Here we have some cucumbers, and we see these spots here. If we see open leaves, spots on the leaves, we could have some insect feeding going on, but there's also some angular leaf spot, which is a disease going on here. So it's important to be able to identify the problem so you can treat it appropriately. And there's lots of ways you can treat diseases and insects, either organically or conventionally. The key is finding out what it is and then how to treat it. Now, another thing to keep in mind, we're in the heat of the summer, and that can actually cause a lot of issues with our plants too. We're seeing lots of things not maturing or things not getting pollinated. It's just so hot that it's sort of taking out the pollen and it's slowing things down production-wise. So keep that in mind. If your garden isn't full and lush and producing like you want to, it'll pick right back up again in the fall. So like I said, we have all these diseases and insects going on. What we want to do is get out and look around the garden, see what's going on, take some pictures, some good quality pictures, or take a sample to your local extension office. You can find those in every county in Nebraska. You can also send your picture into our digital diagnostics network, or find your extension office online, either on Facebook, on website, email, all those different ways you can send in your pictures, or you can send it to us right here on Backyard Farmer, and we'll take care of that.